Morning, children. Once again, I welcome you all for this online class. And today we are in a new lesson in geography, and the title of our lesson is Resources. And in this lesson, we are going to study about what are resources, kinds of resources, and the usage of resources in human life. Okay, so let's move on to the introduction first. So, what is resources? Resources are anything that fulfills human needs. For example, water. So, water we can call it as resources because it satisfies our needs. We can use water for drinking purpose. We can use water for washing our clothes, washing our dishes. Even we can use water for transportation, isn't it? So, it is helpful for humankind. It satisfies our needs. So we can call water as resource. So resources are something that satisfies human needs. Okay. And resources that are without any human help, that exist without any human help, they are called natural resources. Okay, so look around you. You can see many natural resources, isn't it? Sand, air, water, trees. All these things are not made through human hands. So they are called natural resources. So the economy of a country depends upon the natural resources. So there should be a proper utilization, conservation, and usage of resources in order to achieve wealth of a country. Okay, so the uh, natural resources sometimes cannot be consumed as they are. We have to convert it, isn't it? Take for example bricks, isn't it? We use bricks for building, constructing houses, but bricks are not available in resource. They are not directly available as resources. We have to convert the sand, isn't it? Clay. We have to form a clay, then we have to heat it, then dry it, then only it, it becomes bricks. It becomes satisfying human needs. So these types of resources we call them, they are not raw resources. Okay, they need to be converted. So now let's move on to the next topic, importance of resources. So what are the main things based upon resources? So initially the resources satisfies our basic needs of food, clothing and shelter. Okay, so human needs are three important ones, isn't it? Food, clothing and shelter. So the resources provide all these basic needs to human beings. The second importance of resources are they contribute to nation's economy. Okay, so based upon the resources a country's economy exists. Okay, so now let's focus upon types of natural resources. So the natural resources are first divided into two groups. First one is divided on the basis of origin and on the basis of renewability. Okay, origin means the way they exist. Okay, renewability means how they can be renewed or not. Okay, so again origin, basis of origin is divided into two types, biotic resources and abiotic resources. And moreover renewability also divided into two, renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Okay, let's study about renewable resources. So, what are renewable resources? Resources that can be reused again and again, which cannot be run out, available always. They are called renewable resources. So, even if you use them again and again, they will never exhaust. Okay, so they are called renewable resources. So, some of the examples of renewable resources are solar energy, wind energy, and hydropower energy. And in today's class, we are going to study about these three types of energies. Okay, so first let's study about solar energy. So, solar energy is one of the renewable resources because sunlight is available always. Okay, we cannot exhaust sunlight, it is always available. So, using the solar energy, we human beings convert the solar energy into electric energy using solar power plants. Okay, so so this is a system called uh, pho- um, photovoltaic devices or solar cells. Okay, we all know our sun produces heat energy and light energy, and the heat and light which is produced by sun is not harmful to environment, isn't it? They are eco-friendly, isn't it? So using the heat energy produced by sun, we form a photovoltaic device. Okay, it is also called PV cells or solar cells. So when you look at the display at the right side, you could see small square boxes, isn't it? Small square boxes. So they are called photovoltaic cells or solar cells. So what happens? These photovoltaic cells, PV cells or solar cells, they absorbs the heat energy from the sun. So using the heat energy which is flowing in the PV cells, these PV cells, they have a silicon board. So a silicon is a semiconductor of heat and electricity. So these silicon boards, they converts the heat energy into uh, electric energy. So in this way, the solar energy is converted into electric energy. So even you could see these solar cells are useful in our watches. You could see in small watches also we have solar watches. These square panels will be in the watches which receives the sunlight and they gives energy to the watch. And also you could see in some calculators also use these types of mechanism. And also even in some houses, individual houses also, they use large photovoltaic devices in order to generate electricity. Okay, so in India, Kamudi Power Project is located in Ramanathapuram district in Tamil Nadu, which is one of the largest power plants in whole India. So it produces nearly 648 megawatt of electricity, and it was invested with a money project of 4,550 crores. Okay, let's move on to the next uh, energy. Next one is wind energy. So wind energy is also another renewable energy. Wind is also available in the atmosphere free. Okay, we can use as much as wind we can. So you could see that windmill, isn't it? So the windmill is the source of electric energy. they convert the wind energy into electric energy. So they have inside the uh, rotor, okay, inside the fan, you could see a generator. See, usually we have fan at our houses, isn't it? So in the mechanism of our table fan, the electric energy is converted into uh, kinetic energy, isn't it? So using the electricity, fan rotates. But this mechanism, the mechanism of windmill, is exactly opposite to it. Okay. So in windmill, the kinetic energy is converted into electrical energy. So using the wind, the turbine, the wind turbine rotates using the wind of the atmosphere. So when the fan rotates at high speed, it is attached to a generator. So the generator, what it does, it saves the power which is produced through the kinetic energy from wind. So using this power, the generator stores the energy, and from generator the electric energy is produced. Okay. And Tamil Nadu is one of the major wind energy producers. So when you go to Kanyakumari, you could see the windmills everywhere. So Muppandal in Kanyakumari, it produces the highest um, electricity, about 130 megawatt. Okay, then the third one is hydropower. Hydro means water, isn't it? So hydropower is also another form of renewable resources in which water is used to produce electricity. So this is the hydropower energy is it is very mm, it is very economic, and it is very useful. Okay, it is very useful. uh, so how the electricity is produced in hydropower? Water will be pushed into a turbine. Okay, turbine is a rotating motor. Okay, so water will be in a very high velocity, it will be pushed into a turbine. So because of the force of water, the turbine will rotate with a high speed. So in rotating with a high speed, kinetic energy is produced with the rotation, and the energy is stored and converted as a electric energy. Okay. So in this way, the hydro water is used to produce uh, electricity. So China, Canada, Brazil, USA, Russia, India, Norway, and Japan are some of the countries that produce hydroelectric energy. And China is the largest producer of hydroelectricity. So this is the Three Gorges Dam, which is located in China. So this dam is built across the river Yangtze, and this dam produces the highest electricity in the whole world. It produces nearly 22,500 megawatt of electricity, which is nearly 10 times higher than India's production. So the Three Gorges Dam in China is the largest producer of hydroelectricity in the whole world. It was constructed in the year 1994, started in the year 1994 and completed in 2012. So this is Itaipu Dam, which is located in the borders of countries of Brazil and Paraguay, and this hydroelectric power is the second largest producer of uh, hydroelectricity, and they produce nearly 14,000 megawatt of electricity. Okay, So next class we'll study about non-renewable resources. See you all.